Hello, hi viewers. I welcome you to the studios of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Open University, and I am Srinivas Reddy, a retired professor of public administration, Kakti University. Currently, I am Dean Academic, Aurora's Business School, Panjagutta, Hyderabad. In this video lecture, we bring you part 2 of this lecture. We bring you what is elite theory. This lecture covers the meaning of elite theory, the different advocates of elite theory, the contents, the propositions and assumptions of elite theory, and finally, the critical appreciation of elite theory, just trying to understand how valid are the contentions of this particular theory. Elite theory is a perspective in political science as well as public policy, which says that any society is divided into the dominant elites and passive masses. It assumes that in a society all are not equal, although the principle of democracy says that one man, one vote, one value, but as a matter of fact people are different. And the society is divided into generally two groups. The small number of people who are very powerful, they are called elites, and the masses. The elites are dominating, active, and the masses are passive or non-dominating. Elites make policy whatever be the nature of society. It may be a capitalist society or a liberal democracy or a conservative democracy, whatever it is, the elites make policies, and elites while making policies prioritize their interests over those of the general population. So, these elites will make policies in such a way that the policies serve the interests of their own selves. It suggests that power concentrated among select few individuals or groups who dominate the society and decision making, and the non-elites are passive and they are large in number and they are inactive, and they go by what the elites decide for them. Elites typically come from sectors such as the government or the bureaucracy, the business elites, academia or media elites. These are only 4 examples. There may be military elites and there may be religious elites and all that. So, elites are the top crust of any society, the topmost sections of society, and their economic backgrounds, values and interests have something in common, and they have therefore a proper conversation between them, and there is something that bonds them. Elites govern while the masses largely follow with limited direct influence. The public policies are outcomes of elite consensus. It is to be mentioned that elites may be from different backgrounds, they may have different perceptions slightly varying from each other, but consensus is that when they come together they try to have a bargain, and overall their group interest is paraded as public policy, and sometimes the grassroots demands may be there, but elites vet the grassroots demands with their own consideration, their own interest and what suits them. And it also assumes that public policies are generally conservative. What it means is that public policies do not radically change from time to time. They try to hang on to the older things with some new vocabulary and all that. And elite theory also assumes that public policies try to ensure the system stability rather than the change of the system, and they protect the interests of the top people in the country. But maybe there are among elites also there may be some people who are driven by a sense of public duty, but they are dwarfed or they are swamped by the people, the other elites. The contributions to elite theory have basically come from the Italian school consisting of Pareto, Mosca, Michels, who argued that elite rule is inevitable, and modern theories like James Mills and Burnham also continued and elongated on this theory. and made some further contributions. Coming to Wilfred Pareto, he advanced the concept of governing elites and non-governing elites. So, the terms these are used for the elites and masses, and he has added the prefixes. The elites are governing and the masses are non-governing. Gaetano Mosca argued that in all societies two classes exist, the classes that rule and the organized minority they are called, and the unorganized majority. Robert Michels talks about iron law of oligarchy, stating that all forms, regardless of how democratic they are, eventually develop into oligarchies ruled by a few leaders. The contributions of C. Wright Mills focus on power elite. James Burnham talks about managerial revolution, where he posits the view that in all modern societies the managers are the rulers. And Joseph Schumpeter has also made contributions to this elite theory. The elite theory says that elites control resources and institutions, and they are also sometimes leading the various interest groups and lobbies, and they manipulate public opinion by influencing media, the education sector and information channels. Elites can shape social perceptions. I think their voices are so powerful, that far reaching, that they even color or influence the perceptions of the general public. Elites often favor gradual reforms, and gradual reforms are incremental policy changes rather than radical changes or revolutionary changes, and they are interested in maintaining existing power structures rather than developing or creating radical new structures. The implications of public policy for public policy of the elite theory is that elite theory highlights that policy decisions often reflect elite priorities, which can lead to policies that favor wealthy or influential groups over the broader population. There are limited public policies are having very limited responsiveness to grassroots movements or public opinion, and there is a concentration of power that challenges the very idea of democracy, and they say that even in democracies elites rule. Now, we come to critical assessment of elite theory. Elite theorem is a theory based on elitism. It has been a pervasive force throughout history, shaping societies and influencing the course of human society, and this is on the positive side. Elitism correctly accounts for how policies or politics is being run. So, elitism has been the running current of the polities all through the history. While elitism can sometimes be associated with excellence and high achievement, it potentially undermines democracy. So, well friends, in the light of this, we may have to say that elite theory is one among the different public policy theories or theories of public policy analysis. It says that the society is divided into two categories of people, elites and masses. It is the elites who make policies and the masses blindly follow it, and elite theory also says that public policies are by nature conservative, and they do not permit radical changes in society. Elite theories also say that whatever be the nature of government, whether it is a democratic or autocratic state, it is the elites who govern, who rule the country. Thank you.